Hello folks and welcome to the stream. Workshop Simulator, continuing our grind. We need 3 more ghost foils, black ghost foils. And when we get those, we will have completed every single set. We're still looking for one achievement, which is the achievement called Obsessed for Grades, where you have to get 1 card, 10 of that card graded, with each one, or with a card of a grade 10 through 1. I chose to try to do that with my ghost cards, and it just makes it harder because there's a lot fewer of the ghost cards. So these are my candidates. I did a little bit of reorging before the kicked off the stream. Basically did what I was saying I would do last stream, which was I moved this section out so I would have more room here to run up and down here. I pre-staged these, and we'll get those started pretty soon here. And when I did that, I needed to move my sets of common ghost cards and foil ghost cards here. So here's the 3 black foils that we need. We need the Mamo Tree, the Raison, and the Jigajar. And then I added these 2 sets. I had a grade 1 and a grade 2 of this one, and a grade 1 and a grade 4 of this one. So to these other 6 we've been looking at, I've added these 2, the Giganite and the Hydroid. I did that because I have 8 of these 10 cards graded, so I only need 2 here. The rest of them are needing anywhere from, or minimum need 3 more cards. So the best bet we have is the Tengu Black, where we're missing a graded 3 of it. And then we had started doing the Draconics in black. We're missing those 3. Missing 2 in the Kayanubi. We're missing a 1 and a 2 there. Missing 2 in the White Mamo Tree. We're missing 2 in the Jack Turn. And we're missing 2 in the Blazor. Now I also started doing the gold edition, of the Bonnie Fox. And we're missing these 3 down here. I did this because I had 420-ish of the those cards. We moved our cash registers to here at the end of last stream. Have not run a day through it though. So now what's going to happen is the people that want to buy or sell are going to be here and here. And I was thinking I may not like that. I may not like them here and here. But we're going to give it a try, see how we like it. So let's start the grind. Day 626. And because we've moved these out, we're now going to do 2 runs of this each day. We had just been doing 1 run with 8 of these, but I got rid of 1 of those, or 2 of those, because they had been in there. So when we moved all of our cards out of this main room into the back room, we moved our card opening machine. Hey, come here. And we put down a lot more. We put down the 7 card tables we had in there, and I think we bought this one. And so I'm just going to kind of watch and see how the flow goes here. A lot of times before about 10:30 or 11, you don't get too many people wanting to sell and trade cards. They usually come in the afternoon. Kind of a good flow here. Now I don't have it where people can come into the area here, because I didn't want to put destinkifiers in here. So we have everybody running this gauntlet of our destinkifiers here. So we should never, we haven't, ever since we went to the 3 in a row, we had 2, but ever since we went to 3, we have not got a stinky inside the store. So that may have been our obligatory, our one obligatory trade before 11, which is fine by me. And as soon as I say that, here comes somebody. I got 5 of them, no need to buy it. Thank you very much. We had been down to 5 foil cards, and we got a hot pack of ghost foils, and it ended up having the 2 white foil cards that we needed. So that was a nice pack to open up. Six and 4, there's no need to make that trade. I don't want to just sell that and get it out of here. If I could put it in here, I would. It'll naturally fall. 3 of these, don't need it. But I wish you could sometimes I can throw it up against something and get it to stand on edge, like that. Now if you're careful, you can kind of move it around. Nice and slow. It'll still get messed up. Gremlins will come out tonight in the store and move it around. Interesting. We've got customers forming a bit of a queue in this setup. There's only 1 or 2 deep, but usually we don't have that. Yeah, if I can. Yeah, see, I picked it up by mistake. Trap. Yeah, I'll just keep you there. few right here, which I kind of like, one or two deep, because they're coming in, they're getting out. When we had them lined up here, here, and here, they came in, they shopped, they came down to here to pay, then they left. Here they come shop, then they come to here, pay, and leave. It gets them out faster, I believe, which is the whole thing. I want to get them in and out. You buy the ghost cards. Buy everyone I can, trade for everyone I can, since I'm trying to do this achievement with the ghost cards. Because you only get a ghost card like one every 500 packs when you open them. So rely on people trying to trade me a ghost card or sell me a ghost card. And then as I grade through them, you know, if all of a sudden one of these that needs 2 cards out of here, or even what's in the book, because there's a few that only need 2 cards in the book. What if I all of a sudden have one that says, hey, that's one I didn't have, now I only need 1 card in that set. And then I'll swap it out with, you know, like one of these that says, I still need 3 of these cards. It's almost the same card. But it's not. It's a Hanobi, which is evolved from Kayunibi. I didn't. And you're not getting my character card. The fuck, she's my character. I like it the most. Over 1,000, but I got 2 of them, so I'm not going to buy another one as a spare. I'm still trying to buy spares of those like that in case I make a mistake and actually, you know, accidentally accept a trade that I wasn't planning on, or inadvertently sell one. Just gives me a little bit of backup. Because I don't want to have the sets complete and then all of a sudden make a mistake and I'm like, oh man, now I got to complete the set again. But they, all the customers finish out. If you hit the return now and they're still and they haven't bought anything yet, they'll just leave everything on a shelf and drop it on the floor and they'll just leave. I must have bought one or two of my graded cards that I have out on one table when I bought that last table and set it up. Now I do have less profit because I spent an extra $4,300 that I would not have spent because I'd staged those 6 and then replenished those 6. Yeah, there had been 4. That must have been a pretty high dollar graded card. Nothing over 8,000. If it's not over 7 or 8,000, it's most likely not going to have a ghost card in it. Take us away from having them created, completed, and then we'll set up. Check these stinkifiers. Oops. Reach it. Yeah, go ahead and start the day. $859. You know what? If we want to rebundle benches, we'll rebundle. We'll buy a new one. Fox must be popular this week. Everybody's wanting to trade for them. Gonna get them. Not my body fox. Those don't need any more. Well, it's going to take a long time to sell all these cards. I'm only trying to sell the cards between $10 and $100 right now. It keeps the keeps the tables full. What have I got? 24 tables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 rows. Yeah, I got 24 tables. I got 250 cards out at any given time in the store. Plus all of these items for sale. Ugly card. Yeah. Three of them. I'm sure I've got plenty of bogons to trade, but I've got 3, so I don't need it. I'll keep that one for a while. It's one I could trade for just because I could then grade that raw card, and if I got a 10 of that one, man, it's probably 15, 20,000. And I'm sure I've got, now here's one where I've only got one, it's 1,200-ish bucks. Yeah, I can offer start at 1,000. Bingo. Now I've got 2, so I don't have to worry about an oops. And I mistrade or missell that 1, and then destroy my set and have to find it again. They don't have limits on the trades and the sells, where, you know, because it's like, hey, somebody wants to come in and sell it, okay, I can buy it. But if somebody wants to trade, there's no way for, you know, they're going to say, I want a particular card. Well, they don't know how many of that card I have. And if I have only 1, why would I trade? Because it doesn't show up as a duplicate. That would be better. If it showed up as a duplicate, or if it said something like, you have 4 of these, do you really want to trade one away, or something like that, right? Or like, you're guaranteed not to trade your last card. But they don't have any restrictions like that set up. See, like this one, what if this had been, you know, the trade value? What I can do is come in here and look at this and say, oh wow, look at that, 24,000. And if you were trying to trade for a graded card, well, that's the you know, the best I can do on that graded card. So I probably should have done that one trade with the Ghost Spoke on. Yeah, we go back to the white cards here. And it's a matter of finding it. But you can see, just wading through here, you can see I have lots of 10s of most of them. Here's Bogon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s. So I should have done that trade. But no biggie. Yeah, I like more room. We definitely needed more room. We had been about here, so we only had 2, and then when you get here, it's kind of like cramped in. So this helps me be able to spin around and see things. So I like that, and I like how this is working out with the cashiers here. Actually seeing a queue every now and then is just interesting. I like that. Means I'm getting them in and getting them out. At least getting them in and getting them to the register. Got 3 of those. Don't want any graded cards above and beyond what I have. Now, since I was in here, and you got all these customers, if I were to hit press enter, it's going to come back, hey, items are going to be lost if checkout's not finished. You know, so it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to lose money or anything. So that's why we just let them run through the course of the day, and it gives me time to go check my destinkifiers, and I always need 3 to 4 bottles for that. Occasionally one here. It's working on a can. 8,000. Come on. Nope, no ghost card. Oh, 275. Figured it wasn't. Okay. $90 cards for 9,000. Our cards sold 114. So, let's see, they're buying some of the more expensive stuff again, finally. Okay, that's good. Pay our bills. Got 1 day left. And 14 cards to grade, so that's 2 boxes. Okay, that's good. We might get a few more to grade, but 2 boxes, and then that'll leave 2 more to do my Monofox. Now I went through all that stuff, and I've already forgotten which ones am I tracing. So there's Mama Tree, Jack Turn, and Blouser. Mama Tree, Jack Turn, Blouser. There is a Mama Tree. Okay, good. And then we have Kayanubi, Draconics, Ingu, and there's 2 new ones, which was Giganite. And Hydroid. Hydron. No. Hydroid. Okay, so none of these I actually need. Well, a Momatron. If I could get that Momatron to grade as a 3 or a 2, I'd be happy. that while they're running that, I am going to go ahead. I need to use the restroom, and then I kind of feel like getting some hot chocolate. I may start a kettle of water going on that. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Let's take that trade. Don't need to buy that one. It's my second favorite card, but character, but don't need to buy it. 1 and a 4. Nope. Gotta be real careful. No. Make sure. Like that one. You guys are done. No Big 10 11,000s. Or better yet, 70 to 90,000. That would be nice to see. That would mean I definitely have a hot pack of ghost foils. Yeah, this is a little far away. I'm liking that it's here, that I went ahead and did this on this side, but I kind of don't like the walk all the way back and forth. Now, I like these two being here because it's even with these. I could put these here and here. Hmm. Only need 3 cards. And the occasion to buy a few here or there. Ooh, definitely not getting one of my favorite cards. Nope, nope. I don't care if that completed your set there, buddy. You're not getting my card. Even though I had 8 of them. Wouldn't have. It may fit here now. Aha. I still gotta run back and forth here. this. That's for trade. No, I don't trade the cards away. I'll buy ghost cards. I'll trade 4 ghost cards, but I'm not going to trade ghost to ghost. Not going to fit there yet. I think I'll do this on. Yeah, I think I'll rework a little bit, and this it'll shift that out just a little. Now let me put you there. You're not gonna, right, you're not gonna lock in because it's not at the right spot. Oh yeah, I'm liking this now. There's like, why hassle anymore? Just buy it with there. Just buy it. I'll put you back there. Yeah, I like that. Now I'll be able to pop it out. Fill, 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 fill. Instead of running back and forth. Ooh, sorry about that. Apparently I'm learning how to breathe again. Yeah, we'll try that. Hmm. Deleted cards back, so cycle through all of these ghost cards. And move on to Tetramon, our Gold Edition Bonafox. Very tedious, cumbersome way. You have to select your cards to get them graded. Nines, sixes, and tens. That's not going to help us much. We need low numbers. 6, 7, 8, 9s, 10s. Nope. Just a couple of 5s, but they're not going to help us. We need 1 through 4s. The odds of a 1 through a 4 is 1%. So. Yeah, if I push you out. I don't want you guys to be there. Then it breaks that continuity that I'd like to have there. Well, okay. You want to sell it for 545.77 when the market price is 540? You want to give me a whole 9-cent discount? Yeah, how about 500 bucks? That's what I figured. Whoa. If they got that trash can. Almost makes me want to go back to just having 4 of these. And I could stand here and fill you, fill you, fill you, fill you. But I'm only opening 4 sets instead of 6 sets. So the odds are dropping on, not odds, but the fewer cards I open, the longer it's going to take to get the ghost cards and get ideally a hot packer. All right. Oh. Lemon stir stick. Yum, 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 yum. I'm saying it's medicinal for my throat. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, let's see. Got two of those. Yeah, if you take 1100, oh yeah, completed those. Love a bounce back. It's like, throw it, no, catch it. I've thrown a few when I was kind of cleaning up on the outside. And the stock guys would catch it in midair. I'm like, that's funny. Now this is a tricky one. Oh no, no, it's not a. They're trying to give me that one. They want that one. No, don't. No. That 4 might become one of the ones I need to get. What happened there? Sorry, multitasking. Nope. End of the day. Yeah, I like the look of it. Still like the look of it. And then to have all the tables back here, I think it's pretty cool. I've thought about if I rotate these, I don't think it'll fit. If I rotated this, I might be able to get another set of tables in here. And to get, like 3 or 4 more tables in there. I may do that just to see if I can get even more. I'll mess around with that offline. Okay, he's shopping. Okay, let's check the destinctifiers. Grab a can because we know we're going to need some. 3 there, and we need 1 here. Okay, and none there. Okay, all the helpers are leaving. Start the new day. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Now we're spending a lot of money on these 12 packs of legendary destinies. It's where you're going to get your best cards, but the odds of getting ghosts and all that, I don't think changes with the destinies or the rares or the epics or anything like that. I ought to research that. Pay you out. Because if I stayed with Legendary or stayed with Destiny, I could go just the basic for 333. Whereas the Legendary is costing me 622. I could save 122 times 12. You know, that rare's even less than basic. Interesting. And then occasionally, although it's a pain, occasionally, you know, you kind of always want to watch and say, 333 and 378. So the packs are cheaper than 8 boxes, and 8 boxes would equal 64 packs. 316, 353, 505. And on occasion, a box is actually cheaper to buy than a box of 64 packs. A box of 8 boxes versus a box of 64 packs, it's actually cheaper. So very rare, but it does happen on occasion. That was a cool card. Could grade up to 30,000. Nice. All these high dollar cards will end up grading to 16,000. Let's see. Do we have a ghost? Foil? Black? One of 3 we need. Do we have it? Do we have it? No. We got a hot pack of $1,500 to $2,000 cards. Well, they're all great. That tends to be what we get. Shucks. Okay, we paid you, we checked you. Scored out on you. Got the destinctifiers. loaded. Start the day. Put you up against the wall here. Not going to fit. Okay, it's not going to fit. That would not go in there. We'll decide to leave 24. Now, what I could do is end up putting cars here. I could certainly put 3 tables in here because I had 3 cashiers in that section. Everything just to try to get more product out on the floor to sell. Now, that hurts because selling individual cards means people aren't buying items. If they're not buying items, they're not spending usually more money. Now, I do have the card value set to between $10 and $100. And you can see we're in the with margin. Now you probably are going to replace. Yeah, see, you've lost value. You were at 109, but because it immediately replaced like that, that 109 price, it's dropped in value. So it wasn't going to sell regardless. That's one thing we have to do is kind of watch this every now and then, and find some that just aren't selling. They'll still be, when the bulk of these are in the 70s, we're walking down that line. We've sold the $100, then the 95s, and the 90s, and the 80s, and now we're into the 70s. Because it starts oh, interesting. Now you want to go back there. Okay, no. That's what I thought. That's weird. Got a little lag. Could expect it with 240 cards out there. The mod that auto replaces cards once they're picked up by the customers to go buy, it does not have a feature, and it seems it's tied to the auto set prices mod that I have, which means I don't have to go check all the prices all the time. It'll automatically set it to 10% above market price. That's how I've got it configured. And the auto fill, card fill, starts based on the auto set price. The problem is it's not resetting the prices. So if there's a card in there like that one that's gotten too high because it's dropped in value, you would think that when I do the auto set prices, it would reset that, but it acts like, well, I'm in a display case, so I don't see what you're doing. So, hence, that's why we have to go back in there every now and then and say, let's look for high value cards that are no longer, the price range of all the other cards around it. Because that card's probably dropped in price and nobody's going to buy it. Bingo, that's good, but it's not black. Okay, newbie, that's black, that's a good one to have for the sets that I'm going after. Hydroid Giganite. Giganite, okay. Hydron, not hydroid. Best card shop in the city. Look at all these people. Happy to be here. Buying their cards, buying their plushies. Buying their supplies. Stick fire. Not bad, only 2 cans. Sell at that price? Okay, how about $8.50? It's a bit low. How about this? About $29.50. It's your final offer. About $30.50. It's a bit low. About $30.50. It's what our original offer. Nope, pissed him off. Okay, that's fine. Last customer. Ooh, he almost did it right. Last customer's supposed to spend $1,000. He did $942. All right, buddy. Okay, now. Pay the bills. Got 2 days left. Now, at the current price, it is $622.72. 12 of those. 6,200 plus another 1,200, so 7,000. Let's call it $7,500. $7,500 just to fill that to open up packs. $7,500. So $4,800 is all I'm buying. That's all I'm spending. Oh, that's right. I can't see it all. I buy more just to open than to resell in the store. Good delete it. If I just do this today, I'm not going to open up any packs today. So that just saved me $7,500. Won't worry about opening any packs today. And that should be effectively $7,500 in profit because I didn't spend it. making less profit as well because I'm selling cards. The more cards you sell, the less items people buy. The less items people buy, typically the less money you're going to make. It's just like the card tables, the gaming tables. If you have gaming tables in your store, that limits the number of customers that are going to buy product. Each gaming table counts as a customer, so it's a half a customer per person playing the game. So each gaming table counts as one customer in your store. And even when you're maxed out, the maximum number of customers you can have in the store at any time is 28. So if you had 10 tables up and they were all full, that'd be 10 people. That leaves 18 people to buy product. So you don't make as much money. So that's why I don't have the gaming tables. Now, if they ever change that around and make it to where that they don't count as customers buying stuff in your store, then I'll put gaming tables back in. But if they never change that, gaming tables will not be in my store. Some of you guys need to sell me black ghost foils. Nobody's offering any. In particular, the 3 I need. It'd be nice if you could set a wish list on it. You know, for your customers to come in and say, oh, you want this card. So that you could, you know, basically bring them in. Have them bring, you know, specifically bring in that card that you're needing. But kind of cheesing. So, you know, leave it to the randomness. That's, I like it like that too. So, but in real stores, you obviously have that. You know, you can say, hey, we're only buying, you know, pre-1960 baseball cards, or, you know, only looking for particular football cards, things like that in sports card shops. So, wouldn't really matter, sports card or not, you know. Well, we can't do that here. So we leave it up to randomness. That trade. Sure. We can survey the realm. When you stand on that, you cannot get on these. I've tried multiple times. You just can't do it. Whoa! Glitch. Glitch through the wall. In the 60s. Might be a little high. No, you're holding on. Yep, okay. $112. Same guy we pulled off in a couple of spots. Thinking about actually upping it. Been doing the 70s to, or the 10s to 100s, and now we're in the 70s, starting to get into the 60s. So we're selling them on down. And we're keeping a minimum of 5. We keep a minimum of 5. We're selling any card greater than 10, any card less than 100. From the Tetramon or the Destiny sets, but no ghost cards. I was toying with upping that to 101 as the minimum and going up to like $500. There won't be many of those. I'm sure I don't have many that I even have 5 of, so we wouldn't even sell any of them. There'll be a few. But probably not even enough. Well, maybe enough to fill the table once. You know, to get 240 cards out there, but then not many more after that. But this seems to be working fine. Now we'll get all those sold. Then we'll just go back up. or we go to the $5 to $9.99, $5 to $10, and then there'll be a lot of those to sell. And then 1 penny to $5. Ooh, yeah. I may actually break that into like $3 to $5 and then $1 to $3. Because when you get down to less than $1, I've got 900 or I got 9,500 cards of many of those cards. That price range. But that's all we're gonna do. Just keep loading that card table up and selling those cards. I didn't even plan that. Basically, I got a trash can on. I didn't even plan that. Got one in both spots. Yeah, okay. Well, that's, 850. Let's try that. Final offer. 2,000. Gives me the spare. I didn't even plan that. Didn't even think about it, but now I gotta leave it there just for the synergy. The only way I change it up is I'd put these two right there. If I bought 4 more cases and put 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. But I don't have anything for them. It's not new, I've got it, but I'll still buy it for grading. End of the day, not as many customers at the end of the day as we've been having in the past. Yeah, it's a nice profit. Yeah. Only spent 6,200 with cards and everything. Okay. Next day. Pay that. Got 1 day left there. Whoops, I didn't check the destinkifier. Wow, you're starting to see some action. Okay. This time about 7,500. If I don't buy this again, $5,000 of a card worth a dime. I gotta end up selling all but 5 of those. Times however many other cards there are, you know, from 5,000 or above. I did that and only sold cards. Man, I would end up selling all of this stock as display cases clear out. I'd sell the display case and buy tables, and then, you know, this guy finally sold out. And you start condensing as well. Like if I sell out all of this and I don't restock, you get down to where you're just selling literally just cards. That would be interesting. I wouldn't be opening cards. Wouldn't be selling all these items. Wouldn't even need to restock. You could fire everybody and just have them all cashiers. And your score rating would tank, but again, ratings don't mean anything in the game yet. Eventually they will. They'll be tied to the number of customers you got. But yeah, see, I gotta try to sell 9,634 of these cards and 9,291 of this card. Whoops. Yeah, okay, that was fine on that one. Line on that one. What I would not want to do is empty these out and then refill them. I gets easy though, I guess, because then you just don't go do the autofill or the, get the scanner out and scan them. You basically just don't buy stock. You just sell it out, let the stock get moved in and sold out. All the warehouse shelves end up being empty, but the tags are still there, and then you just sell cards. I may do that, but I only do it after I get these 3 black foil cards. Because the problem with that is if you sell out, if you sold out of this thing, but then kept that display case there empty, people might come up to here and say, hey, I want that. Oh man, there's nothing there. Oh well, I'll leave the store. You're giving them that opportunity and out. Whereas it'd probably be better just to sell the stinking things as you empty them out. And I got a fix for that. If you wanted to relay it out eventually, I'd leave these 2 here, those 2 over there, those 2 over there. But the only thing I'd do is I'd buy the personal display case that looks like this case. And then you rely on the old customer base and new customers from the social media things. But it'd be interesting to do. Just sell all of this and get to the point where you're just selling cards until I have 5 or less of each card remaining. And I could do that without even opening packs, or do it before I get the ghost foil cards that I need, because you figure, well, they're going to come in eventually. Somebody's going to bring them in, but it's not as, the odds are probably better ripping packs than waiting on one customer to bring in the 3 cards, or multiple customers to bring in the 3 cards you need. Mind is racing at doing that. Just selling out, selling these, and then, I'd buy the display case, the personal display case that looks like this, and put it here, one there, one there. I could buy 3 of them. Then end up, as these empty, selling them out, and then once I'm ready to rebuild it like this, I'd have that personal display there, sitting there, in this exact spot. That way, when you start buying these and replacing those, you just go, oh, okay, well, that's where it was. And that's where this row was, and that row. Here I am, been thinking about changing all the display cases to the big tables. That costs $3,000. But you can get 12 unique items. It's got room for 12 shelves. So you can get 12 unique items. And that would effectively replace 12 of those. 12 of these. With, and then what's in here would it would fill that one shelf up out of a table twice. So you could fill it up and then refill it. as things sell out. I'd like that one, but I've got 2 already, so. But yeah, I'm kind of liking the idea of selling the cards as opposed to buying all the shells and relaying out. I'm going to have to relay out regardless. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. I could get another 24, probably 30. I could probably get 30. No, because I can't go all the way over to here. So I could probably double the number of card tables, putting them in here. So I'd be selling. I'd have 480 cards sitting out there in the shop. Yeah, that's an interesting thought to think on. Maybe I'll redesign it that way. That's more of a grindy though. Like, you know, that's kind of more like, okay, I get to this point where I'm just selling cards. That's going to be boring. I'm not opening things. You know, we don't have product on the floor. It's just kind of put it on automatic mode and run it. That's something I'd probably play another game and have this one on in the background. And every now and then just, you know, put a timer on it, and after X number of minutes, hit the new day start and repeat it. Rinse and repeat. Now you wouldn't want to forget about the traders and the sellers coming into your cash registers. But once you get to the once I complete that black foil set, at that point I've got everything, every card you could have in the game. It's almost like, boy, I wish I could turn off the folks that want to trade or want to sell a card, because I wouldn't even need to do that. I'd just be selling my individual cards. Beauty of remodeling like that literally is, I got 3.5 million in game. What am I going to do with it? Nothing. I'll just remodel, spend all sorts of money. And granted, they're going to bring in new products and new shelves and new displays, things like that. But you won't see my store crowded with all these figurines and all that they have. I like these posters because, you know, they're just flat up, right up against the wall. You pull that guy out and look at it and like, yeah, okay, put him back if you ever get tired. But it's not taking up space, valuable space on your floor. I could put some more posters up here. You know, when I get my ghost set, now it's better to do this, but I could do like the small poster, right? This was the large, that's the medium. What if I did every single ghost card in the medium? I could probably, you could easily fit 4, probably 6 in each window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be 36. There's 80 total if you include your foil and regular cards. Yeah, that's a thought. I'm just full of ideas. Look at that. Alright, 18,000. You only spent 7,500 plus the 3,400 for the bills and everything. Like that. I want to get through this grading here. Pay the bills. Go to our ghost cards, just making sure. And our Digimon. Gold edition. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Holy cow. $1,100 just for one box of comic book 36. Wow. Do this in stages. To restock. That, folks, is where we're going to end the stream. Gotta go do that dinner thing for folks. And thanks everybody for watching. Hope you're still enjoying this series as we keep grinding away to get this set. It's going to be great when we get it done. And then we'll redesign the store, figure out what we want to do from there. So, hit that follow button on Twitch. Go out to YouTube and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Both are at That's Mr. Nanda You. They are both free to do, and I would greatly appreciate it. With that, have a great rest of your night. Have a great tomorrow. And I will see you on the next stream. Bye-bye.